Hi, Mr. X with glossary term circumference. It's the distance around a circle. So if we just draw a circle, how far is it around the circle? What's that distance around the circle? Well, that's circumference. And we calculate it with this very famous little formula, pi d, or pi times twice the radius. Now these factors can be in any order. I mean, we could say that c equals d times pi, or equals 2 times r times pi, or equals pi times r times 2. Whatever floats your boat, but you have to know what's going on here. So let's write it out in English and then master this, because this is part of mathematics. It's pretty basic. I mean, this is really the sort of thing you need to know to get through life, to figure out how much paint, how much grass seed, how much concrete, how many feet of fence around the flower bed that you need. I mean, this is a real basic thing. This is like the most basic of calculations. Everybody should be able to do this. And you need to know what radius and diameter are. So, here we go. Now suppose this was a big circle and we wanted to start right here and walk our way all the way around. What is the distance around the circle? Well, quite often I'll throw in the word perimeter, just to kind of reinforce that perimeter is the distance around an object. Any object, the distance around it is its perimeter. So we have this special name for the perimeter of a circle. We don't call it perimeter, we call it circumference. The perimeter of a circle we never call perimeter, we just call it circumference. And if you know the diameter, which is the distance all the way across the circle through the center, the greatest distance from a point to another point across the circle will go through its center. That's our diameter. Well, then it goes like this. The distance around the circle is that diameter times pi, or pi times the diameter. The order of these factors doesn't matter. So you can say it's pi times d, or d times pi, and you'll get the circumference. But what if you didn't know the diameter? What if you only knew the radius? I mean, what if you didn't have the diameter and all you had was the radius? And we would call that length r. Well, it takes two of those to make one of those. 2 r's are equal to 1 d. 2 radii make a diameter. It's always that way. So we can use any of these formulas that have an r. We usually remember it as circumference equals 2 pi r. Let's write that in English. Circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. So what's the right formula? Is it pi d or is it 2 pi r? I mean, which is it? Well, whether or not you know d, the diameter, and you want to use pi times d, or you know r, the radius, and you want to use 2 times pi times r, either way, you can calculate big C here, which stands for circumference, the perimeter of a circle, the distance around the circle. On the World Wide Web at MrXmath.com.